Recording in.
Got it.
Right, okay, so today on A-Level Results Day, I am introducing Sue Michaels from Redbird Tutoring. Hi, Sue.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Yes, and we've just had a very quick chat, and I was just like, oh my God, there's so many things that I can ask you. There's no way I'm going to get it into 10 minutes. So, Sue, tell me a little bit about Redbird Tutoring and how you got there, because my understanding is that you have pretty much always been in education from uni. So what were the steps that got you to where you are now?
Yeah, absolutely. I did a 4-year BEd course. I immediately went into teaching, and I was a teacher for 20 years in the classroom, management. I don't look old enough, I
was going to say that.
And so yeah, I qualified in 95. Yeah, scary. And then so during that time I did my master's. I was head of Key Stage. I did lots of management roles as well as you move around schools and what have you. I then traveled for a little bit. I went to work in Italy. I worked in a bilingual school there, so I got some more experience. After I traveled, I also worked in some very different, hard, difficult areas as a supply teacher. So I felt, my leafy green middle class schools that I did most of my teaching in, then some very tough schools. Then I went to Italy, then I came back. And I don't know, when I came back, everything seemed to have shifted quite dramatically. I don't know what happened. Let's blame the Conservatives. Let's not talk politics, Louise. But something happened and shifted, and there was a massive emphasis on assessment, evidence, marking, all the stuff that I don't actually think is very helpful to the child. Not always, some of it is obviously, but it was taking up all my time, and I had a very not difficult, I don't mean that, they were very demanding class. Lots of undiagnosed ADHD, autism, very difficult emotionally for these children, and I just felt as I was torn in two. I wanted to work with them more, but that didn't fit with what the government said I should be doing. So I don't know, I suppose I reached a breaking point really for me. I very much felt torn. So at that point I retrained to be a coach, and it really opened my eyes. So everything was very much more positive. So as I was transitioning between teaching, coaching, then I started tutoring because it was a natural thing to do. I thought I was never gonna teach again, but actually it wasn't that. I love working with kids. I love tutoring. I love education, actually, just not what was happening there in the classroom. Yeah. So I started combining my coaching and my tutoring, and then I did NLP practitioner qualification, and then I joined WIBN, and woo-woo! And I was terrified. I used my NLP course to get myself in the room to be strong and ready.
Not that bad. It's the thought.
It wasn't that bad. It was not that bad. It wasn't that bad. But it was a massive confidence boost for me to join the Milton Keynes group. It was great. There was lots of very business qualified, just a load of lovely people were in there, and I met with the famous Penny Dent, and she suggested, why didn't I combine the tutoring and the coaching, mulled it over and went, why not? And therefore Redbird became a Wibbon baby, if you like. There you go. So born out of Wibbon. Yes.
So what you were offering pre-pandemic, when I first met you, was face-to-face kind of small group clusters, tutoring.
Yep.
And I think that's probably much changed now, you know, with pandemic, and you've kind of gone online, and things have moved on. So you're offering a lot of one-to-one via Zoom.
Yep.
And this is for students of any subject and pretty much any age as well. Is that right?
That is correct. That is correct. So so yeah, we still do the group work. We've currently got a centre in Dunstable, so we're face to face, small groups, no more than 4, with a qualified teacher. All my tutors are qualified, experienced teachers. So you get 90 minutes session with a teacher, same person, same time every week, same group, and it's worked out really well. It's a lovely family feel. But we went online in the pandemic. We realized it worked, so we started doing one-to-one online, and that is now our second sort of branch of the business. We're continuing with the group. We've got a base in Dunstable. We have a base in Bedford within this year, but we're now doing the one-to-one online. Because it's online, we can be anywhere. My tutors come from all around the country, and so do now starting to come through the students as well. Yeah.
So I think it's important to say that your teachers are all qualified and experienced teachers. And they are, you know, as well as teaching various subjects, they also looking at the child as a whole. So you were talking to me about the parent of the A-level student today, and just give me a flavour of, you know, of what the mum said to you.
So the lad that's just got his A-level psychology, so he was with us before he was actually with us for his English GCSE. So he was with us for several years. He was within the groups, and then he moved to one-to-one for his A-level work. So some of my tutors are able to do A-level work as well because of GCSE, you know, they're secondary tutors. And she was just really thankful. She said it was very much down to us, and the confidence that we built in him, you know, the self-belief that he got from working with us, and that's really important to me. And I feel like we work with the family as well. In a way, we get to know the families because they come to the centre or they pop up online, so we know them quite well. And that's very important, that we treat these young people as young people, not just a vessel to fill with academic facts. You know, they come to the centre or they come online and they're welcomed. Someone's pleased to see them. You know, they can ask whatever questions they like, and that's really, really important to us. The coaching element is about them feeling good about themselves, them starting to take charge of their education, projecting. We do a lot of, you know, so why are you doing this? So where are you heading to? Let's look into the future, and just as I would with my coaching clients, and it sort of takes the blinkers off a little bit. When you're tunneled, you're doing your GCSEs, your A-level, you can't really see much else, but we start to sort of say, well, hang on, there's life after GCSE. Well, let's have a think about that. And sometimes that can be necessary to, you know, to really put that emotion to why they're doing it, give them the spur, the reason to actually take it seriously and move on with it.
Yeah, and I think it is important with children that, you know, sometimes there's always a valid reason as to what's holding them back. You know, it could be personal things at home, it could be they've been ill. You know, they might just struggle with dyslexia or dyscalculia or something that means that they, you know, they just don't, the minds don't work in the same way, or they've had to have huge chunks of time out because they've been poorly. So it is about the person as well as, you know, just stuffing them, as you say, stuffing them full of academics to get them through an exam. And it is a confidence thing, I know. we were talking obviously about GCSE and A levels, but I know with your group work, you know, the centre takes children from kind of 8 to 18 upwards. But you were saying that, you know, sometimes on one-to-one you can work with children as young as kind of 5 or 6, depending on the topic.
Yeah, so we're just about to start with a young lad who's going into year 2, but he's got special needs that the school hasn't got the resources to support him properly with, and that means that we can start filling gaps. It's not that the school aren't doing a good job or anything like that. That's not the sort of, that's not what we're about. What we work hand in hand with lots of Dunstable schools actually they send their children to give them that extra boost that for whatever reason, like you say, for whatever reason there's a block, and we can help move that away so that they can access school and do really well at school. So we have children who are on the autistic spectrum, who are quite dyslexic, or they're just working for whatever reason at different, you know, level of, I don't know, for example, say they should be doing the year 6 curriculum, but actually they need to do the year 4 curriculum. We're able to do that without them feeling daft or that they're behind, you know, and that can move mountains, you know. That we work with lots of children who have missed gaps in their education, and we're able to build up their confidence again and show them what they can do, because sometimes they get in a rut and they're like, I can't do anything. Well, it's not true, obviously. So we work with them to show what they can do, work out quite quickly what it is they can't do yet, and then work on that.
Yeah,
which of course you can't necessarily do in a large class, because you've got to move with the herd.
Yeah.
So it's a great complement to teaching, to the classroom, to classroom teaching.
So I know at the moment you've got summer booster events on. So if people want to, there's 3 weeks left of summer. I can't remember now. If
I don't know, maybe 4. Not sure.
If parents want to get hold of you to talk about those, they can. But also, can you just tell me a bit about, because I know you won an award recently. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so we won the best new business at the SME Awards. We won best new business, and we were good. So we got to be in the final. So we were finalists in the National SME Award. Woo woo. So that's a real honour, you know, to be, you know, recognised by a panel of judges. I mean, we think we're doing a great job. Obviously, our testimonials say that we're doing a great job. You know, the parents are pleased, and they can see a difference in these kids that they love. Their pride and joy, and they can see, you know, how much difference it makes. So,
but I think so that comes across from you as well. You know, the fact that you're so animated about it, and I'm sure that when you hear from parents and the kids themselves, you know, that they've done something, even if it's, you know, a maths calculation they couldn't do before, and now they suddenly get it. You know, that must make you and your tutors really, you know, pleased with what they've done. That in itself is an amazing feeling.
It is, and what I find, you know, that my tutors, we rarely lose any tutors, you know, considering, you know, they're actually quite high up. Some of them are head of department, head of years, you know, they stay with us because they actually like coming. They give up their Saturdays to give up. I give them money, obviously, but you know, you know, I'm always quite humbled when they say, well, but we really like to come because we just get to teach. There's nothing else. There's no discipline, no paperwork, no nothing. They just come and teach, and so I always feed back. You know, I've fed back already, you know, to the tutor responsible, and everyone's praising her. You know, it's a nice unit, and you know, as much as we build up the confidence of children, I think sometimes we, as teachers, our confidence can be knocked, and it's nice to be in a supportive environment.
Yeah, that's very true. So it works both ways, doesn't it? So how can people get hold of you, understand what subjects and how it all works? What's the best place for people to contact you?
Okay, so if you go to the website redbirdtutoring.com, then there's loads of information on there, obviously. The Facebook page is quite busy. My lovely Orla keeps my social media going, so Instagram, message, or Facebook. You can get in touch any of those ways, or either hello@redbirdtutoring.com email, or sue@redbirdtutoring.com. Any of those channels, LinkedIn, I'm everywhere.
You're all over the place.
All over the place. So you can't miss me. But probably the website is the best place to get, all the details. Everything's on there, prices, and times.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or just get in touch. Just give me a ring. The number's on there as well. So, I'm always happy to talk.
Fantastic. So you know what I've said, it's not enough time, but I would just say, my daughter, gosh, a few years ago now, she had to have extra tutoring, and I know how important it is to get with somebody that you feel comfortable with, with a student feels comfortable with and wants to do it, because otherwise, if you haven't got somebody who's relaxed, they don't want to learn, that it's like, mum's making me do this. So that's really important. So anybody listening who is a parent or a carer of a student that just needs that extra little bit of help, then definitely get in contact with Sue from Redbird Tutoring.
That's it. We'd love to have them talk through whatever they need. That's perfect. Thank you very much, Louise.
Lovely to talk to you today, Sue.
Thank you.